Hello once again. I want to thank you for taking time out of your precious busy schedule to watch this short video. I want to talk a little bit about what I learned while I was in the military. My name is Santos. You're on NxtL Consulting, the channel for inspiration, motivation, and education. And I promise you this video is going to be short. I know your time's valuable. You are valuable. You are unique. I went to boot camp in Chicago, Great Lakes. It was 12 weeks of basic training. I enlisted out of the MEP station in Massachusetts, Connecticut. I lived for a short time. Well, actually, I did live for a short time in Willimantic, Connecticut. I was born in Puerto Rico, and via my parents, I ended up in Connecticut. Right when I was a young person, a babe. I lived in Hartford, Connecticut, and we ended up in Willimantic. Through circumstances, we ended up in that little town called Willimantic, Connecticut. I enlisted into the Navy at the age of, I believe I was close to 18. Upon graduating from a technical college back home, our technical vocational school after high school back home in Connecticut. And I spent 12 weeks of basic training in Great Lakes. I went through firefighting academy there. I went through the educational programs that they had to bring us back to the history of the United States Navy and the military. So there was a lot of history classes, and I did some training. There was other trainings that I did while I was in boot camp. There was physical training. There was mental training. When you go to boot camp, when you come straight into boot camp. By the way, when we left the MEP station, I believe I ended up flying into, it was either Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, one of those. There was a short layover time there, and then from there we ended up going to Chicago. It wasn't a straight flight from Chicago or from Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh, I believe, one of those two places. And then we ended up in Chicago. I remember getting there real late at night. All the groups of people, it was real late at night, and we went to processing. It was very quick, and then we went to bed. I don't know, we might have gone to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, and next thing you know, it was a sound of trash cans at about 4 in the morning. That was boot camp. And while I was in boot camp, there was mental training. There was a lot of physical training. I learned a lot about the mindset. I learned a lot about training.
I love you. I'll see you later.
And dropping off my wife there to the local clinic in town. I went through a lot of mental training. I watched grown men cry. I saw individuals that did not want to stay there in boot camp doing some real funny acts, fake heart attacks, playing the mental game. They were going nuts. And we went through a lot of I remember getting a lot of shots, a lot of physical. There's they want you in tip-top shape when you're in the Navy, obviously, in any military. So you go through vaccination. That's what I was trying to find the word for. And military taught me that the human mind is very, very powerful. They can take, as an individual, they can take you and put you into boot camp for 12 weeks. And then you even go to school after that also. And then give you your orders, and then you're shipped off in another direction. It just so happens that I got sent to the USS Enterprise in Alameda. All the way from Chicago, I ended up in NAS Alameda, the Naval Air Station here, close to San Francisco. So that was my experience. That was a brief just a brief video I wanted to share about the mental training. So if you come across this video and you're thinking about going into the military, that's what you can expect. They are going to brainwash you in a good sense. They're going to reset your mindset to think military, to think Army, to think Navy, to think Marines, to think Air Force. And that's what it's all about. They're going to tell you what to do. They're going to tell you when to wake up. They're going to tell you how long you can sleep. They're going to tell you how to fold your clothes. They're going to teach you how to march, how to carry a rifle, how to sign paperwork, how to respond to officers or enlisted leadership. Basically, that's what they're going to do. And it's a powerful training. Of course, the military's changed since I went in back in 1985. I did 8 years. I got out in 93. I did serve combat in 1986. I was on a ship. I wasn't land-based, so I was on a ship. Most of the combat, that we did was led by the ship's aircraft that we had on the USS Enterprise. So we were pretty safe. We felt pretty safe. We had constant aircraft driving around the aircraft, or flying around, not driving, flying around the aircraft carrier. And we were, the USS Enterprise has quite a bit of armor, put it that way, and weaponry to protect itself. So I felt I was in good hands. Anyways, that's my experience about the military. If you're thinking about going in, I believe it'll do you good, but think about exactly what it is that you're getting into, because the military will change your mind. Make it a super fantastic, terrific, over the top day, and I will see you on my next video. Proud to be a soldier.